Holy shit, I woke up this morning and I looked at my Twitter first, which is a big mistake. And all I saw was this. I saw this picture and I saw $1.1 trillion was actually wiped off the stock market. And then I looked at the rest of my Twitter and people were saying things like stocks are down bad, crypto is down bad, ETH is down bad. Not my base case, but chances are the cycle is over just for a while. It seemed like it was the end of the world. And then what did I do? Well, then I opened up the Bitcoin chart. And I looked at the Bitcoin chart and I was like, we're still at like 64,950. Like, what are you guys actually going on about? Then I opened the ETH chart. ETH is having a little bit of a weak day. But I'm going to show you why, despite all of this, there is just no way that I can be bearish. I mean, I want to be bearish. I'm trying my hardest to be bearish. I'm trying my hardest to see what everybody's scared of. But I just can't. And I'm going to show you on today's show why I can't be bearish. I'm going to show you all the data that I looked at and why I absolutely can't be bearish right now. So listen, if you are bearish or if you're a little bit rattled by all these things, like I was a little bit rattled when I woke up, I'm going to show you why everything's going to be just fine and why you should probably be buying this dip like a crazy person. Let's go. All right, how many of you are bearish? Just in the chat, let me know if some of you are bearish, because I did hear this morning that there were a lot of very bearish, very salty people on the timeline. I saw pictures like this. I saw pictures like that. I saw tweets like that. I saw this. I saw a brutal day for the markets. S&P down 2.1%. NASDAQ down 3.4%. Bitcoin, well, down 0.2%. Sol up 3.35%. People calling for the end of the cycle. People saying that the Magnificent Seven erased 450 billion. Google and Alphabet had bad earnings. That's why the market's coming down. We're going into recession. That's what I woke up to. And I think that that's what you guys also woke up to. I'm going to show you why it's all absolute garbage and we should just be buying this dip, because I don't know how many more dips they're going to be. I genuinely don't know how many. So let me just move my camera slightly. I don't know how many more dips there are going to be. So listen, today that's what we're going to be talking about. What I need you to do, I need you to subscribe to the channel right now. I need you to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Then if you are subscribed, because I know that there are quite a few of us. Oh, let me just fix this camera. 1 second. Okay. I do know that there are some of us that are subscribed but haven't liked this video. Now, what we realized yesterday was the more likes we get, the more views the video gets. So I'm here. I'm in Nashville. I'm bringing you crypto love and I bring you crypto wisdom when I should be at the conference. All I'm asking of you, really, all I'm asking of you is that you just smash the like button. Let's try and get more likes than we got yesterday. That's all I'm asking. I just want to get more likes than we got yesterday. Deal? All right, let's do it. Someone says pump Tuka. I do actually want to talk about Tuka today. I want to talk a lot about Tuka today because I think there's a lot to talk about. I want to show you also why I just can't be bearish. I want to show you why I can't be bearish. If the likes don't continue to go up very fast, then you need to let me know, and then we'll just end the stream. And we'll just, okay, end of stream. Okay, thumbs up from Ҳардас. You see, Ҳардас is saying thumbs up. Ҳардас, thumbs up. Thumbs up from Ҳардас there. All right, let's go, guys. Let me show you guys why I am so bullish, despite the fact that I woke up to what you guys woke up to. I saw that over 1.1 trillion was wiped out of the US market. I saw people calling for the end of the cycle. I saw that the Magnificent Seven had wiped off $450 billion. And everyone kind of said, it's the end of the world. Look at this. What a day for the Magnificent Seven. Amazon was down 2.5%. Apple was down 3%. Microsoft was down 3.5%. Facebook down 5%. Nvidia was down 5%. Google 5%. Tesla, after disappointing earnings, I guess, down 11%. Then I looked at when I saw this, first thing I did, open the Nvidia chart. Looked at the Nvidia chart, saw a massive candle on the hourly. I mean, just look at this candle. This candle took Nvidia down in 1 day. So in 1 day, it took Nvidia down about 7%. I thought, holy shit, that's nearly the end of the world. But in the 2 hours after that, I see we've had a recovery in Nvidia. Look at this recovery. Just look at this recovery. We've had a 9% recovery intraday on Nvidia, and I'm going to show you why that shows me that I've got nothing to be worried about. And also, when I looked at the Bitcoin price, I was like, hold on, are you telling me that the stock market had its worst day in a long time. Okay, like the stock market had the worst day that it's had in months. Okay, you would expect that if the stock market had this stock market went down so aggressively, more than it's gone down in many months, you would expect Bitcoin to get destroyed. And here we are, above $65,000. In fact, I was going to say, when I thought about the show, I kind of said, look, important for me is that we close above 65,000 to keep the support above this green line. And before I could even get through the show, okay, here it is. Look, we're above the thing here. So as much as I want to be bearish, I just can't be bearish. And specifically because when I look at the prices and I say, look, if we look at where we were here, and then I go to where we were here, we did climb 28% in 17 days. Okay, so we went up 28% in 17 days. Okay, so after going up 28% in 17 days, we went down 5%. Okay, tell me again how I'm supposed to be bearish. Seriously? Just tell me again how I'm supposed to be bearish. I'm trying my best to be bearish. I can't. I want to be bearish. I cannot be bearish. I'm trying. And that's what Dan Crypto says. It says, and just like that, Bitcoin made its way from the bottom all the way to the top of the flag channel, 28% move in 17 days. We hit the flag channel. This is what you call, by the way, for those of you who don't speak charts, this is what you call a bullish flag, okay? It's when you go up. Let me see if I can get onto a better time frame to show it to you guys. When you go up, in fact, let's just use Dan's one over here. So you go up and you start coming down. That's a bullish flag. And then eventually what happens is you break out of a bullish flag and then you go onto the continuation of the uptrend. Right now, unless this thing breaks below this, for me, I'm seeing this very much as a bullish flag. Also, I can't be bearish when this is the trend line of the NASDAQ since November. So you have the NASDAQ, and granted, the NASDAQ's had an incredible fucking run since November, up 46%. Today, it's up 35% from November, if you take it from top to bottom. But how do you be bearish when you're in the uptrend line? Now, when you're in an uptrend like this, as you can see, there will be times when you go further away from the line, then you'll come back and you'll touch the trend line. And this is just another one of these consolidations. And until further notice, that's the way I've got to look at it. And the same thing happens when I look at the NVIDIA chart. I look at the NVIDIA chart, it's the same fucking chart. So I've got, look at that, the same chart. Uptrend, very much in place. In uptrends, you will get corrections back to the trend line. That's just what an uptrend is. You're not going to just go up and up every day, okay? That's not. You want up and up every day. There is a medicine that you can actually buy on the market. It's called Cialis Daily. For men, you can take it, you'll be up and up every single day, okay? My recommendation is, though, don't take it unless you're like 70 years old. Don't take it. But you can't have up every single day. It just doesn't fucking work. That's not how markets perform. That's not how markets perform. People are saying that I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Even though I'm supposed to be at the conference, I decided to bring you guys crypto love and crypto wisdom, and also give you some relationship and sexual advice to tell you that, you know, if you do want up and up every single day, then you just have to take the right meds. There's two meds that you can take. There's the blue pill, which is Viagra. There's the yellow pill, which is Cialis. You need to decide which one you want to take, okay? So it's all up to you. Here goes this video off YouTube, because I don't think I'm supposed to be giving medical advice. So I can't be bearish. I'm trying very hard to be bearish, but I do want you to see what happened, because you need to understand what actually happened here. Why did the market go down like this? Why did the market actually get scared? And why is it now coming back up? Because if you understand that, then you really got to understand. You got to understand the fundamentals. It's not just about, oh my God, I'm here for the up. As I said, if you want the up, you know what you need to take. You know what you need to take. By the way, we'll leave a referral link in the bottom for anyone who wants us to send them free samples of those meds. The ones that actually make it go up and up every day. Have you tried these meds, the ones that make you go up and up every day?
No, I'm cool.
Okay, now all good. Just checking. Okay, cool. So what actually happened? Okay. I'm going to stop now. Don't stop calling me Dr. Ran. Okay, so someone says the blue pill, very big green candle. Bro, if yours is green, then you got a big problem. Then you should go see another doctor. There's another doctor for the green disease. Yeah. Give us some of that Southern barbecue alpha, right? Talking truth. I'm not drunk, guys. I'm not drunk. I promise you I'm not drunk. Okay, so let's look at what actually happens. So I can prove to you that I'm not drunk. So the reason why the market first went down is because you had disappointing earnings. Tesla, disappointing earnings. Ford, disappointing earnings. So what the market thought was, holy shit, we're getting disappointing earnings. If we're getting disappointing earnings, what does that mean? It means very simply that the market is slowing down, that the interest rates have been so high for so long that the market is starting to slow down and people are starting to buy less and less people have jobs. And so that is what the market was worried about. You had a spate of earnings that weren't as good as people wanted the earnings to be, and people started to get upset about it and to get worried about it. And so what happened was the market started to go down. Simple, right? And so that would have been good. It would have been good for us because that would have meant interest rate cuts. Because if the market's slowing down, Jerome Powell says, sure, look, I've got to stimulate the economy. I've got to stimulate the economy. And how do you stimulate the economy? As we've discussed, you can take Cialis, you can take Viagra, or you can just reduce interest rates. And if you reduce interest rates and you add more liquidity, look, if you're going to take Cialis and Viagra, then generally liquidity will be automatic. Okay, so for those of you who don't know how it works, the liquidity will be automatic unless you're doing it all wrong. Okay, now I better stop now. I see Ҳardis is having a heart attack in the background. He's worried about our video being in the YouTube being removed from YouTube. Okay, Ҳardis, I promise I'll behave myself now. No more discussions about liquidity and Viagra and Cialis and how they can cause liquidity and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. So when the earnings came out and the earnings were earnings misses, right? So when the earnings came out and the earnings missed, someone says bullish on Rand getting it up. Okay, guys, let's stop this discussion. Stop. Just stop. We're now in serious mode. Serious mode. We're now in serious mode. So someone says Rand probably got liquidated. If only you knew. Okay, so we had the earnings going down. People thought, holy shit, we're in recession mode. We're in recession mode. This is bad news, recession mode. Not good for us. But for us, that would have been good because that would have meant more rate cuts. And if we would have got more rate cuts, that would have meant that Bitcoin would have potentially gone up, right? Then, so that was the first move. And that's why the NASDAQ started to go down a lot. But you'll see that the NASDAQ, I wonder if I've got the correlation chart. Researchers, if you're actually watching the show like you're supposed to watch the show, just send me that Bitcoin correlation chart that we've got. Just drop it into the show group first so I can actually show the guys the correlation chart between Bitcoin and NASDAQ. I know I did have it somewhere. I'll try and find it first. I'll try and find it first. Okay, so that was the first thing. And that's why the markets went red. But then something happened. Today, we got the because you see, what you saw is you saw this. I'm going to go onto an hourly chart. Just makes it easier to look at. We went down, 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 down. This is, let's call this area over here bad earnings. People think that we are about to hit recession because bad earnings, right? That's the first part of it. But then bad drawing. Then we had the second part, which was the recovery. Why did we have a recovery? The reason why we had a recovery was because we got the GDP numbers. And the GDP numbers show that the US economy is actually fucking raging. It was they expected the GDP growth to be 2%, but the GDP growth was 2.8%, which was double the previous GDP growth. So on the one hand, people were worried about the US economy slowing down, and therefore companies earning less. And if companies earn less, then the stock market actually goes down, right? Hold on, my kids want to say goodnight to me. I must just tell my wife that I'm actually live. So the market was concerned that the earnings would go down. If the earnings go down, then the prices of stocks go down, and that's why the NASDAQ collapsed. But then we got the GDP numbers. The GDP numbers were heated, to say the least. And then to make things even worse, we also got the PCE, which was PCE is the inflation measure that the Fed actually likes, right? That's the one that they actually read. And then the PCE numbers were high. So on the one hand, you had weaker earnings, which is, I think, the canary in the coal mine. But then on the other hand, the GDP numbers are still high and the inflation numbers are still high. So now the market's absolutely confused. So as 𝗕𝗓𝗕𝗓𝗕𝗓 says, goodbye rate cuts. I don't see how the Fed cuts rates in an environment like this. Please enlighten me. And he's kind of right. Like, how do you cut rates when the GDP is raging? So what do I think? Let's just summarize what I think here. I do think we're going to get rate cuts. I've said it all along. We ain't getting 3 rate cuts this year. If you think we're getting 3 rate cuts this year, then there's another tablet that you can take. I'm not going to talk about it on the show because I don't want the show to be banned. We'll talk about that medicine. But there's not going to be 3 rate cuts this year. If you think there are going to be 3 rate cuts this year, please make an urgent appointment to go and see your psychiatrist, okay? Just please see your see your psychologist first, then go and see your psychiatrist. There's no way we're getting 3 rate cuts, not in an environment like this. So right now, the market here is talking about 3 rate cuts. 1, 2, 3. Market dreaming. Market's absolutely dreaming, and I think that is what's actually going on. So again, I'm trying to be bearish, but I can't be bearish when the Nasdaq is on this line. I can't be bearish when the GDP numbers are still going up. I just can't. Like, I'm trying to be bearish. I'm also trying to be bearish, but then I look at the Russell 2000, which is the small cap indicator. I mean, look at this. Things higher than it was yesterday. So which means that there's been a shift from the big cap stocks to the small cap stocks. Okay, that's it. There's been a shift from the big cap stocks to the small cap stocks, from the big caps to small caps, which is good for crypto. It means people are moving further and further and further along the risk curve. It's like the crypto cycle. You know how the crypto cycle works, where people go Bitcoin because it's safe, then they go to ETH because it's also safe, then they go large cap alts because they're supposed to be safer, and then they go small cap alts, which is like the worst. So actually how that cycle works is big cap stocks, small cap stocks, and then from there, Bitcoin, large cap alts, small cap alts. I'll make a tweet about it later. If you're not following me on Twitter at Cryptomanran, you're going to miss the tweet. It's going to be very unfortunate for some people who actually end up missing the tweet. Now. So I struggle to be bearish. As I said to you, I struggle to be bearish when the market is forecasting 3 rate cuts. I mean, that actually should be bearish because they're not going to get 3 rate cuts. It's going to be very unfortunate for them. As this tweet says, the setup for crypto looks great. Liquidity expansion about to arrive. Number 1, rates about to be cut. Yes. Stablecoin supply. Look, we're back at we're at $164 million of stablecoin supply. More importantly, just look at what the chart looks like. More money is starting to come into crypto at a very fast rate. So we were at the bottom at 123.4 billion. We had a little bit of a plateau at around 150 million. Now money is starting to flow in, like the hose pipes are back. People want back into the market. I believe this is the last consolidation leg. As I said before, you've got 30, maybe 60 days before Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. And then from the all-time high, we're going to price discovery. When we're going to price discovery, it's Valhalla. And so I think that where we are now is we're in a bear trap, okay? It's just a fucking bear trap. This is a bear trap. And what do we do in bear traps in a bull market? We buy the fucking dip. That's exactly what we do. We buy the dip. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it later on the show today. I also struggle to be bearish when I'm here in Nashville at a conference, and these are the speakers of the conference. Okay, I mean, just look at these speakers, bro. Just Edward Snowden, Vivek Ramaswamy, Russell Brand. I mean, just look at these speakers. Donald Trump is going to be how am I supposed to be bearish going into an environment like that? I also hear reports that Cynthia Lummis, who is also very, very, very pro-crypto, Senator Cynthia Lummis, she's been a big Bitcoiner for a long time. She says, big things are in store this week. Stay tuned. And then we hear rumors that she is going to announce legislation for strategic Bitcoin reserve at Nashville. Now, if you read the article, what it says is that it says the following. It says, let me read you a little part of it. She's been working to announce at the annual Bitcoin conference legislation that would require the Federal Reserve to hold Bitcoin as part of its strategic reserve. The Lummis plan, as the story goes, remains in flux. Now, here we go. Am I excited about the fact that Cynthia Lummis is going to announce this? Look, don't get me wrong. I'm super, super, super excited that there are senators out there that are fighting a good fight and that are helping us fight the Bitcoin fight. Super fucking bullish about that. But I'm also not really bullish about Cynthia Lummis because she's been bullish on Bitcoin for a long time. And unfortunately, she doesn't have the power. She can propose things, but it takes a long time to get through the US system, legal system. So even if she does propose it, I don't think it's going to move the price. I think if Trump comes out and he says, look, if I get elected president, this is what I'm doing, then as long as Trump actually wins the election, and I think, of course, that he will win the elections, because I think Kamala, well, I don't think she's going to win the elections. Let's see what poly markets actually think, because it doesn't matter what you and I think. What matters is what the people that are in putting down money. So presidential election, 62-34. So still Kamala Harris is struggling when it comes to poly markets. I mean, I also tweeted this. You know, she was supposed to come and speak at the Bitcoin convention, and then she decided not to. And I kind of said, look, Trump is speaking at the Bitcoin convention. Kamala decided not to speak at the Bitcoin convention. That's all you need to know. That is actually all you need to know. Seriously, US people, let's quickly have a heart-to-heart. I know a lot of you want a black female president. I know maybe it's time for the US to have a female president. I don't think Kamala is the right person. I think you need to understand that if you are voting for Kamala, you're voting for Gary Gensler and you're voting for Elizabeth Warren. That's it. Someone says the show deserves more likes. How many likes do we actually have here? I need to understand. How many likes do we actually have in the show?
1,377.
That's not enough likes. That's not enough likes. There's not enough likes. I like what Stainless Steel says here. He says she knew she was going to get booed off the show. Now, when you don't smash the like button, then I feel like you're booing me off the stage, right? And if you boo me off the stage, then I mean, eventually I'll just leave. I'll just leave. I'll do one of those Djokovic things. Boo. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's carry on with crypto. This is a crypto show. This is still supposed to be a crypto show. So, as I said, Trump is speaking at the Bitcoin conference. Kamala is not speaking at the Bitcoin conference. Tyler Winklevoss, Kamala Harris snubbing the Bitcoin conference won't be forgotten. The industry will show no mercy. We must make sure that we vote. We don't vote for her. I don't have a vote, but some of you do have votes, okay? Some of you do have votes. So please, if you can, help us vote her off the stage. Help her vote us off the stage. Also, I think, listen, just remember this week, it is a Bitcoin conference this week. So when there is a Bitcoin conference, you must watch the tokens that are related to Bitcoin. I think that you should keep your eyes on things like Stacks, because Stacks is the layer 2 Bitcoin, layer 2 on Bitcoin. I mean, what I'm seeing here, again, I'm not a chartist, but I do know how to chart better than Sheldon, that's for sure. No, I'm kidding. Sheldon's the best chartist I know. Look at that trend line. I mean, you can put it there. This is a perfect breakout of a trend line and a perfect retest and probably a bounce, which corresponds exactly with the Bitcoin conference. And I think you need to look out for announcements from Bitcoin-related protocols, right? So the Runes protocol, Stacks protocol. I wish this one had a token. I wish it had a token. It hasn't got. It's not. This is not ready yet. So BitLayer, we're invested in it. It's a layer 2. It's a fucking great Bitcoin layer 2. But don't worry. In September, it will have mainnet and I don't know if it's September, October, but then we can start talking. Also, there's build on Bitcoin Bob. So just keep an eye on the Bitcoin layer 2s. Just do me a favor. Just keep an eye on the Bitcoin layer 2s for now, because it is a Bitcoin conference. So look, I can't be bearish on that. Okay, now next thing I can't be bearish on is this. Okay, I know that little candle on ETH doesn't look great. I can see it. I see what you see, and I see a lot of people celebrating or dancing and saying, when ETH converts, I think billions will flow out. A lot of people ran the Arbonite, so inflows need to match. And Abby was right here. I also told you exactly the same thing. In fact, I remember telling you, load up your Deribit accounts, because when it happens, we're going to buy options. And guess what? It happened. So today we're going to land up buying options. Then you got Andrew Kang. He says ETH topping right now below 600 with net ETF inflows amounting to negative yesterday. These guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. I actually love this tweet. This was the one I liked. It said, the first time I picked up a bar of gold, I was surprised on how heavy it was until I picked up a bag of Ethereum. Okay, I mean, you got to give this guy, his name is CL207, just yours, blocked me. But I just read his tweet. I don't understand. But anyway, it seems I can read his tweet. I blocked him. Oh, wait, I blocked him. Hold on. Let's unblock him. I'm going to unblock you. CL, I'm going to unblock you, bro. Because you did a good tweet. I'm going to unblock you. Okay. So he says, first time I picked up a bar of gold, I was surprised by how heavy it was until I picked up a bag of Ethereum. I think that's like one of the best tweets, the best tweets I've read. But the guys are seeing it all wrong. And let me explain to you why the guys are seeing it all wrong, right? So let's look at ETH, okay? The ETH ETF launches, ETH ETF launches on the day that GOX pays out and on the worst day for the NASDAQ. So these guys are going, oh, well, you know, the reason why ETH dumping is because everyone's selling the ETH. No, the reason why ETH dumping is because the market took a shit. And because the market took a shit, ETH also dumped. Yes, of course, there's the outflows. Hold on, let me quickly get you the ETH outflows from the block. The block. Let's just see. Let me see if I can just find a link for it. Researchers, if you're watching, they're not watching. They're supposed to be watching the shows, but they're not watching. What you can see with ETH, right, which is important, is that yesterday we had more outflows. The net negative outflows were 133 million. But the more important thing is that 326 million came out of ETH, which is something we're worried about. We were worried about the ETH outflows. We were worried about that. And now what you've got is you've got about 10% of the outflows, 10% of the ETH already flowed out. Okay, so is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, look, to be honest, I would rather get all the selling out of the way. And I think that if we can get the selling out of the way, then we can start moving upwards on ETH, right? But first, we have to get rid of the grayscale overhang, which we've been talking about for a long time. Now, we have the grayscale overhang. And if I look at Bitcoin, for 10% of the Bitcoin tokens to be out of Bitcoin took about 10 days. Now, for ETH, it took exactly 2 days for 10% of the tokens. Here we go. See, the one researcher is actually doing his job. He's actually listening to us. He's actually watching the show. Oh, go away. I'm not connecting a wallet. Bye. Okay. What you can see is you can see here that 10% of the ETH holdings are now out. It took 2 days and it got absorbed into the market. And even though the NASDAQ had a very bad day and Bitcoin had a very bad day, we are still at 3156. Okay. Now, I yesterday in our Discord, which is called Front Runners for those of you who don't know, I did say to guys, I'm waiting for three. Hold on, crypto, and I'm waiting for. Hold on. I said I'm waiting for $3,000 on ETH. Look, there's a lot of stuff that happens in Front Runners. If you want to get in, the waiting list is closed, but sign up here for the waiting list. Just click there and sign up for the waiting list. Guys, trust me, sign up for the waiting list. If someone leaves or when we take in new people, you will be able to get in. Anyway, back to it. Travis Kling says the same thing that I'm saying. He says ETH, $327 million outflow on day one and $484 million outflow. That's 9% of the fund out in 2 days. Seems like a no-brainer buying opportunities, just like the Germans were a no-brainer buying opportunity for buying Bitcoin. This is the last time, or certainly for now, the last time that we're going to get an overhang on ETH, okay? An unnatural overhang on ETH. ETH is not Bitcoin. Governments haven't seized a whole lot of ETH. Governments, there's no Mt. Gox on ETH. Right now, you have a whole lot of shit being sold. It's probably the last opportunity that we have. And the thing with the selling is about to slow down. You've had 8% or 9% sold in 2 days. Guys, it's going to slow down soon. And when it slows down, you're not going to be able to buy ETH so cheap. That's why I said to you, I loaded up my 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗣 account. Now look, truth. I wasn't going to buy at these prices because I said I want ETH to go to 3,000 before I buy. But because we are all here and we are all friends and everything else, I'm going to actually buy. I'm going to buy here. Let's buy here. I'm going to buy. I want 10 more. I want 20. Let's go. If we're going to go, we must go. 20 option. okay, I've just bought 20 options, $3,200 options in December. I'm going to make a packet of money on this. If you want to do the same, there's a link below. Sign up to 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗘𝗣, do your KYC, and then start trading options. It's the best way to get the alpha, the upside on ETH for the lowest amount of money without being able to get liquidated. Why am I so bullish on ETH? Very simple, okay? There's only two assets that boomers can buy on the stock market. And you know the boomer mentality is diversification. You can't have Bitcoin and not have ETH, because then you're not diversified. You're not diversified. So you need to make sure you're diversified. So how do they diversify? They buy Bitcoin and they buy ETH. It's just one of those things. That's how they think. Don't try and change the game. They've been playing this game for a long time. The game they play, diversification. They diversify their holdings, right? So just play into the game that they're playing. Boomers are going to gobble up every last Ethereum, is what he says. Yeah, Evan says, I think if you think big money from institutions is going to try and pick a winner, you're wrong, okay? They're not going to try and pick a winner. They're all going to be guided into diversification, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You can also see that ETH trading has been about 75% of the Bitcoin trading, which is quite high. Also, they're starting to file ETFs for a Bitcoin plus ETH, a diversified ETF. So guys, you can see that, I mean, it's hard to be bearish. In fact, this is your last chance to buy ETH. And I just showed you, I put my money where my mouth is. It's your last chance to buy ETH whilst there is an overhang, because the overhang is going to go slow down very soon, and then it's going to be up only, and then you're going to kick yourself, why didn't I buy ETH? I'm not saying that ETH is a good, like that ETH going to be the best performer in the cycle. No. That's why I'm playing the options, because on the options, look, I bought the option for $600 now, right? Let's just show you. I bought the option for $600, and I get all the upside of ETH basically with the $600 until December. Now, obviously, there's a slight decay, but it's not serious. So I think you guys are missing the point if you're bearish on ETH. I'm trying to be bearish on ETH. I can't be bearish on ETH. I mean, yes, the technology doesn't work. If you're looking for technology that does work, well, Solana is probably the best thing. The other thing that you need here, that you need to look at, is Coinbase, because don't forget that Coinbase is the custodian for 10 out of the 11 Bitcoin ETFs and 8 out of the 9 ETH ETFs. And you can see that their results are coming out on the 1st, which is next week. And I think, I don't know, if you're holding Coinbase, if you want to buy, maybe go and buy Coinbase options or just buy Coinbase, because I think with the base numbers going up like this, base, and the ETF numbers and the custodian numbers going up, I think just look at Coinbase's total volume and Coinbase's total assets. Like, this thing's going to Valhalla. I mean, there's no other way. So I can't be bearish on Coinbase. The other one I can't be bearish on is Solana. I want to just show you something, and I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I have to blow my own trumpet, okay? Someone says wipe your nose. I am wiping. I'm trying to wipe my nose. I'm getting sick, and it's not Colombian flu. Okay, it's not Colombian flu. I promise you it's not Colombian flu. Okay, look. Okay, so look. Solana. Remember, I said here, this is peak FUD. You can see that Solana is now going back to test this all-time high against ETH. Look, when it does, I think, I don't know if it's going to break it the first time, the second time, but it's going to break it, okay? It's going to break it, especially when you've got 6 weeks till breakpoint. We're going to be at breakpoint. We're going to have a front runners party. By the way, today we're taking our front runners to watch karate combat. We're also going to be, we've got an after party afterwards. Today's going to be a big night if you're on front runners, if you're in Nashville. Remember that in every other Solana conference, up 68%, up 42%, up 66%, it's going to go up, guys. So get in now to avoid the rush. Please get in now to avoid the rush. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, it doesn't look good on the daily. Let's look on the hourly. Hourly, things are starting to wake up. The world's starting to regenerate. Stacks, as I said, up because it's Bitcoin conference. 𝗕𝗓𝗏, as I said, 𝗕𝗓𝗏 is as fast as Solana now, they're saying. I read a tweet somewhere. Hold on, let's find it here. Here we go. Solana is a few hundred TPS ahead of 𝗕𝗓𝗏. That's crazy. Crazy. Show you something else. Show you something else here. Oh, in the Bitfunded thing, I'm a little bit down here, but I think this is a great time to actually take another position here. I need to get through the first challenge. Let me buy some ETH. Okay, let's buy some more ETH. We're going all in, people. We're going all in. Bang. Now, just for those of you who want to understand what I'm doing here, I'm playing in Bitfunded, bitfunded.com. What is this? It's a place where you can trade using other people's money. How? You sign up for a challenge, $49 to $549, and you're playing with demo accounts, either 5, 10, 25, 50,000, or 100,000. If you prove to them that you're a good trader by getting an 8% return on the first challenge and a 5% return on the second challenge, you then play with real money and you keep up to 90% of the profits. I'm in the middle of a challenge. I'm up. Here's my dashboard. Here is my dashboard. I'm up. Okay, I'm at break even now. I can go a maximum loss of to there. I'm going to try not to get liquidated. But then if I get through this challenge, then I start playing. Well, I've got to get through one more challenge and I start playing with real money. You want to do it, bitfunded.com, or just click the link below. Bang, it's over there. Then I want to show you something very cool. Now, look, this gave me goosebumps when I actually watched it. You know, we told you guys we're building a meme media station with 𝗕𝗘𝗣𝗢. Now, look, I stopped playing 𝗕𝗘𝗣𝗕𝗏 videos on the show because a lot of people are saying, oh, you keep playing 𝗕𝗘𝗣𝗕𝗏 videos on the show. For those, people saying 𝗕𝗘𝗣𝗕𝗏 will be at Karate Combat. Oof, amazing. She's hot. She's very, very, very hot. No Viagra or Cialis needed on that thing at all. Sorry. Okay, so I want you to watch how good this video is from an information point of view, an educational point of view, and I want you to watch how well they integrated the sponsor. Because if you want to build a media channel, you need to be able to integrate your sponsors in such a way that they are so smartly integrated that people actually still enjoy the content. I want you to see what I'm seeing here, and tell me in the comments if you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing here.
I'm heading to Nashville, folks. The Bitcoin conference is due to begin in just 48 hours with the single most impressive lineup of headline speakers ever seen at a crypto event. I'm talking heavy hitters like 𝗕𝗕𝗕𝗕𝗏, RFK Jr., Cathie Wood, Michael Saylor, and Edward Snowden, as well as Russell Brand, Donald freaking Trump, and Gary Cardone. This, my friends, is game theory in action, and up until earlier, it was rumored that Kamala would make an appearance, but clearly they decided against it. You might be wondering, what the hell was Kamala going to talk about beyond the fact that, as VP, she helped preside over an administration hell-bent on destroying crypto and stifling the normalization of digital assets? Luckily for you, I just received some stunning bombshell leaked footage from my source on Capitol Hill. Let's take a look. But first, a big thank you to our sponsors. What the is that beeping?
Congratulations, team. Operation Unburdened has been a resounding success.
I love this.
Would anyone like a drinky drink to celebrate?
Where is she, Hillary?
Her Royal Highness will be coming any minute.
You want to know what's better than coming any minute? It's coming every minute.
Do me a favor and just shut up, Bill.
Kamala, thanks for joining us. And gentlemen, commiserations about last week. I know you did your darndest.
I hear you want to talk about my speech at the Bitcoin conference?
That's right. You're not doing it. We need to win over the crypto vote, not lose it forever.
Why the fuck did your people talk to the conference organizers, Kamala?
But that was the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen. What the hell is that goddamn sound?
It's a beeping sound, Barry.
Don't get cute with me, Nancy.
Is it just me, or is it making you guys horny too?
I thought it would play well if I beat Trump at his own game, so I thought I should make a pro-crypto speech.
Absolutely fucking not. They'll tear you to shreds.
I'm extremely likable, according to CNN. Please, I can do this. I can win them over. I promise.
Are you insane? Tell me then, what is an ETF? I rest my case.
You broke rank, Kamala. Never, ever do that again.
You can piss off now, Kamala.
I'm just gonna say it. I would.
Can someone turn on the TV? Joe's body double is about to give his farewell speech. Buckle up, kids.
Holy smokes, the circus continues.
You forgot to thank the sponsors.
Oh yes, this video was sponsored by Beep, a new meme coin dedicated to the world's most universal sound. Think about it, everything beeps. Cars, microwaves, doors, dishwashers, metal detectors, the list goes on. Which is why the Beep community is one of the largest untapped communities of all time. If you like what we do here, then please go support our sponsors, check out their socials, and show them some love, because it's thanks to them that we're able to bring you the best news every single day. We'll be back tomorrow, but for now, the ticker is 𝗕𝗘𝗏.
Okay, honestly, I mean, was that not like one of the best sponsored videos you guys have ever seen? I think it's amazing. I will see you guys again. I'm not seeing you guys again tomorrow because tomorrow I'm actually filming at the convention. So tomorrow I'm not doing a show. I may do one for you guys on Saturday or Sunday. Until then, guys, sending you much love and trade well, my friends.